Abusuya makwaba eba POG Media so na me da sesonko ebeko e de amount se down da oka ye ho na oka dwumadi a yenso ye de babesum my Ghana ewo POG highway ne so ne ye de ni enso e de cheyense ma na ye bo e de rather member of parliament e de ma Gumwa Central A+ a che se no so ye na hotedi na che se ono so ene Andra yakota sorry ya na so no so etimi atro petition ten bi e yakoma the speaker of parliament yewura Bagbín se onhwe na public accounts committee no maame a onso bo na adwuma de ma sa committee no Abena-Asare onhwe na onyi no emfamfiri sa committee ne ho ne ncheche mu nyina ne se over the NPP government no na ono so ebo na adwuma finance minister a finance ministry akache na chese one Ken Uforiata enso ebo adwuma na chese omo working hand in hand na chese aside that no kra no san hu ni say ono so interest be conflict of interest be and ono so dey abetena committee na say the way I was in Akuffo nso interact no na ye huna no ada ye DVL acting CEO the way was ni ye no ho sensem ne santi na A+ enso e de petition e de Akroma speaker so hwe no nyini mfiri ho se de be ya mentime ho ase ana se nwinwi bia so entime enkoso ewo committee na kache busu ma se bejebre ne abo e de rasa story with us
Abena Osei-Asare A+ hits the hypocrite nail right on the head. Abena Osei-Asare A+ hits the hypocrite nail right on the head. Hey, my brother, my sister, who is Abena Osei-Asare? This pretty lady. How many people know her? She is the leader, the chairman, the chairwoman, the chairperson, the president, whatever title you want to give her, of the PAC, Public Account Committee. They are those the president has gathered, that Ghanaians have gathered, to look at the performance of John Mahama's appointees, ministers inclusive. John Mahama, I have to applaud him. 10 months in power, and he has already unleashed wolves on his sheep. What do I mean by wolves? Some people, 10 months is not enough for even to get their budget and books ready. Mahama has unleashed them to the wolves. Who are the wolves? This is a woman who belongs to the NPP. Under normal circumstances, she's not a fan of the NDC. Whatever they will do to come into power, they will do it. That's what politicians do. I like the work of the PAC. I like how they put people on their toes, on tenterhooks. Better still, tentacles. Now is the same philosophy Nana Addo Akuffo came with, but he flopped. He wanted a special prosecutor who was quite neutral. He didn't want somebody from his own loins, the NPP. So he went for Kingsford, Alamisi Hamidu, from the NDC, and brought him on to be able to discipline his people and other people that he felt were corrupt. That was a good thing, and we all supported it. But Hamidu came in, and he was so limp and docile. Kisi is far better than what Hamidu did. He's done far better than what Hamidu did. Hamidu was extremely arrogant and power drunk. That's my opinion. What is your opinion? My brother, my sister. The only achievement of Martin Hamidu was that he gave us a new term. Yes, he gave us a new term for Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, which we thank him for. The mother serpent of corruption, which I think was the best definition. This is Abena Osei-Asare. She was born on the 16th of January in 1979. I am about 5 years older than this pretty lady. I saw the world about 5 years before she came on. My brother, my sister, she comes all the way from the eastern region. In fact, she's an Achim woman. She started off by attending Achimota Primary School. From Achimota Primary School, she went to Wesley Girls. She loved the same subjects that I loved when I was in school: geography, economics. And she studied that when she went to the university. She passed. She went to America to work a little bit in New York at the university. She was employed there. Now, I would like to find out, was she employed as a foreigner or she was employed as a citizen? Can we know if she has a dual citizenship or not? I'm interested in that. By our laws, a dual citizenship holder is not supposed to hold a public office. That's why Abena is unable to hold any public office, political office. Can we zero in on this woman? My brother, my sister, she became the youngest woman to be appointed as Deputy Finance Minister in the days of Ken Ofori-Atta and Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo. All of them from Achim. Was it tribalistic or was it competence? Yes, she studied some accounting. She's a chartered accountant. At the age of 38, she became the youngest in that portfolio. My brother, my sister, she speaks eloquently. So under Ken Ofori-Atta, what was her duty? To liaise between Parliament and the Minister of Finance, loans and all that. She teamed up to support Ken Ofori-Atta. My brother, my sister, and today if we are hearing about scandals, stealing, robbery, and somebody has become a fugitive, I am not sure that she should be left like that. Have we done enough investigation into her background? What was her role in the so-called DDEP? The unprofessional haircuts. What was her role in the stealing, in the so-called mother of all scandals, the SML? She is the chairperson, the chairman. I was taught in my English class to say chairman. I wasn't taught to say chairwoman or chairperson. Chairman, whether it's a man or a woman. But gender people are reading gender meanings into this. Oh, chairwoman for woman, and chairman for man. And you can also say chairperson for a woman. My brother, my sister, A+ is very angry. Why is he angry? This is the MP for Gomwa. He's a guy that I truly admire. Yes, he disappointed me somewhere along the line. But I will still give him a chance to redeem himself. Who am I? A citizen of Ghana. That's A+. An accomplished musician. He released a song in the days called Freedom of Speech. So he's a man who will not stifle freedom of speech. We spoke about him last week. This is A+. Over the weekend, A+ was on social media and he wrote a brilliant article. And I was so impressed. What did he write? Hey, A+. He said the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament is currently led by a former deputy, listen, of Ken Ofori-Atta, Abena Osei-Asare, who at a point was in charge of revenue. Let me go straight to the point. It lacks both credibility and moral authority for Abena Osei-Asare to question anybody in this country. It doesn't take law to realize this. It takes the fear of God and maybe common sense. How can any serious nation permit this individual to question appointees of the President John Dramani Mahama, who have been in office for less than a year, when she and her superior spent nearly a decade?
Sound like you media, make sure you like, now so subscribe to a POG political media as well. Any book council, about subscription. Now I say no for us answer so it's make a media be. No so who the echo any the urban and I make sure say ubetimin so abo any rather comment section on now so it's made in common and I find media. So the badge media and so ubetimi about be a crap. Now in summer a year and as a petition moon 7 day bubuja and I just say on also a speak of parliament say on a man in Yansa, on Shana Union free her before say a day a intawantawa be an answer bisabe, but and now a young mameno, the behavior and I said the trim poor just on also interest be so on also a baby 2 a NDC form must be back committee anymore or baby 2 almost so. I was a man about 12 near to story in a watching.
Deliberately driving this country towards chaos. What? This same woman, not too long ago, was seen on live TV passionately defending the then Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Reverend Amishadai Owusu-Amoah, for refusing to disclose his age. And we know that this reverend has been fingered in the SML scandal. Under the regime she served, Ghana has been engulfed in numerous contentious contracts that are now being scrutinized by the Office of the Special Prosecutor, the OSP. Now take the Strategic Mobilization Limited contract, SML. A multi-billion CD agreement established between the Ghana Revenue Authority and SML during Ken Ofori-Atta's regime in office. Now, the OSP is currently investigating the validity of this contract and its financial implications for the nation. Take the strategic mobilization. Okay. Then there is the ECG Beijing Zhao loss reduction contract, which involved the electricity company of Ghana and Beijing Zhao, purportedly aimed at minimizing system losses. Investigators are now assessing whether proper procedures were followed and if the nation faced undue losses. Additionally, consider the Health Ministry's ambulance deal with Service Ghana Auto Limited, a contract for ambulance procurement that is undergoing investigation for potential violations of procurement regulations and mismanagement of public resources. These are not mere whispers. They are active investigations into the very administration where Abena Osei-Asare played a significant role. Thus, what ethical framework allows her to challenge others on accountability? Let's entertain the notion, just for fun, that all these investigations are politically motivated. Sure, why not? But even then, one question still hangs in the air like a bad scent. How can a woman who served as a deputy to a man involved in the most dubious holy project in our history, a national cathedral that not only drained the nation's coffers but practically scammed our Heavenly Father, now presume to judge others? The deputy of a man who built a temple without walls, accounted for faith without receipts, served God Almighty with a chobo budget, now sitting in parliament questioning appointees about accountability. Anukwa. Abena Osei-Asare was not merely an observer. She was an integral part of an administration that oversaw economic decline, reckless borrowing for personal gain, and the gross mismanagement that brought hardship to countless Ghanaians. Yet, there she stands today, brazenly questioning appointees who are still finding their footing. Her demeanor at committee hearings is not bravery. It is hypocritical. Yes, it is hypocrisy cloaked in authority. It undermines the struggles of every Ghanaian striving to navigate the consequences of her catastrophic leadership. Her position in that committee, interrogating state officials live on TV, transcends irony. It is a national disgrace. By this point, she should be facing the enquiries by the committee itself rather than posing them. In our country today, speaking the truth doesn't require bravery. We simply need to respect and fear God, and everything would align. I am at a point in life where my faith in God has deepened and my devotion to Jesus Christ has grown. I recognize that life is short and everyone would encounter judgment ultimately. Let's fear God for the sake of God and prosperity. Wishing you all a joyful Sunday. Love from Kwame Asare Obing, MP, Gomoa Central Constituency. A Plus has said something that has touched me so much. He said that now he has come to realize that life is so short. And his faith in Jesus Christ has deepened. I want to believe that at the time that he took the 900,000 Ghana cedis from the NSS people, he has sat back to look at these things and it's like, Dabi Mihunianka. Life is short. I've heard him say he has so many houses. Some of them he doesn't even go to. He doesn't remember where they are. There's a time that a man who wants to have it all would sit back and say it's all vanity, like in the days of Solomon. For me, I feel it inside me that A Plus has come to that level. Don't look at his age. Some get to that level at the age of 20. Some get there when they are 80. Some get there when they die. Some never get there at all. I am ready to give A Plus another chance. Whatever I've harbored in my heart against him, I feel that I want to erase it and watch him and support him do whatever he wants to do. My brother, he didn't need to bring the last part, but he brought it. Look at the fluidity with which he articulated his views. One woman, DDEP, electricity, Beijing Jiao. Hey, this, hey, that, and you have the effrontery to sit down and question people. What's wrong with us? Have we forgotten about all those scandals? And she also sits there and talks. No, I will not allow myself to be questioned by this person. It's like that guy, Kweku Ajimai Dia, former deaf minister, who we called health minister. That's a deaf minister. You went to get Sputnik V vaccines from people who were on the watch list of the FBI for terrorism. Look at the scandals. Condom from China and India. Pharmanova. Woyome. One man, so full of controversies. What's wrong with you? A Plus has hit the nail, the hypocrite nail, right on the head so hard. This woman must be removed from there. If I were all the appointees, I would not answer to this woman. She impresses me when she asks those questions. Yes, that's fine. But she doesn't have the moral ground and backing to do that. Akroma and to me and interview Akroma and ask them for accountability when you are a master thief yourself. You can't do that. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, A Plus, we appreciate you and we thank you for drawing our attention to this. To be honest with you, Until he mentioned this, I totally forgot that this woman was one time deputy to the biggest fugitive in Ghana right now, Ken Ofori-Atta. It takes two to tango. If Ken Ofori-Atta is being whipped, the man who helped him climb to pluck the forbidden fruits must also be whipped. Do you agree with me? It's the black pot, aka Kokoshonomo, and here we speak truth to power.
That's it. So coming home. I about Eddie Raj Media say POG Media about Ghana authentic political updates and headlines are a POG Media so pet now so bet me a car the hintai na happen also bet me a copy now so who the echo and the air banner shares on subscribers still I need you so have a drop subscription now I shall bet me so slide into the comment section or now so wait me Eddie Komo Eddie Afa Media. Me that's it so Jebre now POG Media we best share.